Alright, I just want to get some ideas out. Everything in my mind lately, as time progresses, has honed into the fact that everything that we face is not some simple situation, but a vicious cycle of complex variables clashing into one another and forming a that that the vicious cycle. It is an evolutionary concept of competition and competing variables forming a vicious cycle, and we have to see it as that final result. Otherwise, we are ignoring the nature of the vicious cycle, which automatically will put us into a very, very high chance of doing exactly what goes into that vicious cycle and cements it into place. And that's the problem. Like if you say both parties are the same, people will attack you now. Oh, both parties are the same? Yeah, well, Trump is racist and he's openly racist and the party accepts him and blah. But I hear constant attacks on Trump that are equivalent to if you had some weird kid in class and you wanted to bully him. What would you say about him? It's not because he's Trump. It's anything that you can degrade down to some sort of embarrassing core elements and spew upon him. The very psychological nature of that, you have to consider the parties don't feel like they're the bad guy. One of them feels like they're the good guy and the other one also feels like they're the good guy from their perspective. So you have to think when you spew bullying upon the opposition, what are you doing aside from making other people within the opposition who are more moderate see that attack and say, you know what, my side is the good side. It's them that's bad. You build it up. That's exactly what I experienced from my parents. That's exactly like my parents. I think they have very simple perspectives about things, and they get caught up in the tribalism. And at the same time, I mean, I would normally call my parents stupid, and I'd enjoy saying that because I disagree with them so much, but they're not stupid. They're just as susceptible to the tribalism as everyone else. They're just like I'm not even trying to defend them either. Like I think they're stupid. I think everyone else is stupid too. Everyone is fucking stupid. I can't say anything without having a whole fucking pile of people just fucking attacking me for things that don't even make sense. It's like I'll say something like, "Well, this is bad. Women are bad because of this evolutionary trait of what occurs over time." They're like, "Oh my gosh, did you just say women are bad?" It's like, "Well, no, it's this negative trait. I'm not saying that women are bad. I'm saying this negative trait exists among women and it it is bad. Let's it is a bad trait and technically women are the ones who have it, but it's just the thing that happens." Like, "Oh, okay, so you're sexist." Well, I didn't create evolution. Like, I mean, I'm starting to get the Jesus look going on, but I mean, even Jesus didn't fucking create evolution. The triune God, yeah, okay, but come on, let's think more sensibly here. Let's let's learn the capability to hold multiple ideas in mind simultaneously. There is not automatically a good or a bad. There are complex ideas that have all kinds of variables involved with them. Just because you accept some statistics that are negative about some minority doesn't mean you think they're a good thing or that you are willing to discriminate against people because of them, because people are discriminating against people, minorities, because of negative trends But the goal would be to consider all of these things and consider every option in response to the opposite forces that could change things and focalize a new trend, so to break the vicious cycle that we are automatically going to be stuck in. Everything will be a vicious cycle. Like, if you think of the sexes, if you think of the party system, if you think of anything that exists pretty rigidly, all of the problems within that are consistent, that we all see, arguing, I hate Republicans. Well, yeah, why do you hate Republicans? Why isn't there at least some degree of like ability to move beyond that constant building hatred, like we're stuck in a war where their threat is rising and they believe the threat is rising? Like Republicans are absolutely convinced that the college system is bad now because it's brainwashing people into being communists and stuff. Well, I'm a commie. I've been apparently brainwashed, but guess what? It's not because of college. It's because this entire fucking system is giving me feelings that are bad. It's a dysphoria that is just held within the person. We all feel it, and that's why we're so mad. That's why we're so angry. That's why people are so argumentative with one another. And at the same time, white supremacy. White supremacy is on the rise. It's taking over America. The patriarchy, masculinity, blah. Everything is being reared up like this monstrous beast that's going to destroy all our lives. And at the same time, what's happening in the actual background of this vicious cycle? See, there was a study done that confirmed America is an oligarchy because of the laws that pass. It doesn't matter if you have Democrats, it doesn't matter if you have Republicans, it doesn't matter what the fuck either of those are, because there's a trend as you progress over the years. Different laws are passed slowly but surely, and depending on whether there are high special interests focusing on wanting to pass those laws, or whether they don't care as much. That's where that's what that's what ensures the laws pass. As far as people caring, there is no, it's just flat line. Like, how much we care about something passing doesn't matter. No effect on the trend. So you can see, I think, that both parties are the same. You have Obama, the classic standard Republican. Look up Obama is a Republican on the American Conservative website if you need to. American Conservative was saying Obama is a Republican, or someone on the site. I found that pretty impressive because all the points they pointed out were pretty absolutely clearly true. So, what is it that we actually gained? Oh, that's right. Obama said gay people aren't horrible after extreme social pressure from society, and it ultimately meant nothing as far as pressure against the oligarchs. See? Because those people would say there's no money in the idea of hating gay people or anything, but hating gay people was a little a tool to put forth at the right moment. It's like it's a card in the deck. That's what I was thinking of. It's like the liberals, the left, the supposed left wing of the system, which is really just the second right wing. They're all corporate profit motivated. We have two parties which are corporations. They've each got their cards. It's like, oh, gays. These guys over here, they clearly, definitely will hate gays and always hate gays. We don't say either side, but we got that card here. It's like, oh, society's getting really extreme. It's like they're looking. Yeah, we're still bombing. We're still bombing innocent people in the Middle East. Like lots. I blew up a wedding procession. I bet that was probably when Obama did something nice right after that. But wait, a little too much pressure. Hey, yeah. You know what? Let's lay that down. I'm not angry at the gay people. I'm remotely. I'm fine with I'm the gay people in the America. I'm okay with that. They play that card at the right time, and then give it a little more time, a little more pressure on them. Like, yeah, we're the gay rights party. Yeah, we're better than you. You guys are bad. And at some point, then the Obama character's got to come out. Well, this is true. We do strongly support the gay community. We have always strongly supported. Like, they got to start slowly upping their game. And then it gets to a point where it's like, I can't believe that the other party never supported the gays. I can't believe that they could ever say something bad about them. When, in actuality, it's just gone through a few phases where they slowly allow that card to be played a few times. It's like it extends from itself. It's like, once we play this card, we're going to have to go through some extended phases afterwards. Play that card, bam. The second card, bam. Use that a few times. That's like playing that card has got a few moves to it. So you got to save that for the right moment when the pressure is fully on and you're just like, yeah, we can't hide this anymore. Same thing with the whole drug movement, except that one is financially latched to society massively. The entire prison system, for-profit prison system, the entire drug cartel link that we have with our CIA and everything, there is so much random profit in so many directions. It's like an entire closed loop of profit and an entire vicious cycle of profit that they specifically engineered and devised and formed to create as much power for themselves as possible. So that one is a big difference. The only reason that we are ever trending out of that vicious cycle is because of the natural factors that evolved, which are social pressures slowly pushing individual politicians to pass the laws, medical. Like, they wouldn't have even allowed anyone to have medical marijuana if they could have gotten away with it. But the pressures became sensible enough and in enough little areas that it starts dabbling in. And it's like, well, medical works. Like, I mean, there are tons of people who smoke weed and they actually feel positive effects from it. So you can't push off the medical thing for too long. And then eventually it gets to a point where you just have to... You have to move to a point of actually legalizing at least one state, and then like a house of cards falling. Just like everything else I've been mentioning. There's a vicious cycle, and in order to break out of it, you got to tip things in the right fashion so that it flies off. There's an inertia forms that flies you off into another direction. Now, is voting going to do that within the party system? No, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. There will be... The system is profit-driven, so any selections that we have anywhere in the country will be profit-driven, like 99% chance. Unless we can create democratic apps that could overlap the power of social ignorance and things like that. I mean, theorizing is for a separate video. I don't know why I would even talk about that. I don't know why I'm talking about any of the things I'm talking about right now. The whole point of this video is just to say that actually, I forget the whole point is something sexist, apparently. Because everything's sexist if you don't if you don't say the things that keep your opinions contained to the vicious cycle, which is that women are always good, men are always bad, things of that nature, because men are massively neglected in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. But we've also evolved to be neglected and to feel the neglect and to man up. We all know that what else? Like going to therapy? It's like, oh, I've got so many problems. Is therapy going to help me so I can go and whine to someone for an hour while they take a bunch of my money that I probably may not even have if I have insurance or something? Like, what's the point of that? You're just going to feel weak. There's no point for a guy to go to therapy if he just knows you got to man up. Like, if you can go to therapy and they're like, all right, well, here's a complex way for me to explain to you that you're not manning up and you need to man up, then it might get through to someone. Because that's it. Ideas are units. They can clash against our trajectory. Like we're flying through space like an asteroid, and a little ideological unit might come and knock us off onto a new course. Free will is an ideological unit. Like if you're like, hey dude, you don't have to do that. You have free will. You can choose to do something different. Do you feel it within you to do something different? That could be like a little clank, and it's like, I do have the power to change my life. That's an ideological unit in itself. People don't seem to see free will like that. They're just like, free will, you make all your choices. I'm like, okay, I wasn't going to make my own choice until you told me that, but okay. Because, we're literally all just going to do exactly what we're going to do. We don't have a choice. We know what we think, and then we're going to do things according to what we think. If you're implying something with that, you have free will to follow the specific religion that you know is correct. And it's like, oh, you're right, I forgot about that. I forgot about that for a moment. I do have free will. So now you have knocked me off onto a new trajectory. Generally speaking, though, I'm just really frustrated in life in a lot of ways because specifically people are generally too stupid to fucking understand things are not black or white. They're black and white like a yin-yang, like a fucking yin-yang, fractalizing into eternity. That's all everything is. A whole hierarchical fractal of yin-yangs. Each hierarchical unit is a different size, different color spectrum of fucking yin-yangs, and they're all competing with each other and fractaling out because of that into non-existence eternally. And that's the whole point. That's the whole reason ideology exists in the first place. Ideology is an extension of all this nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Just a physical, addictive, masturbatory race. We are... species, rather. Well, is there a term for creatures on Earth that I'm not thinking of right now? I feel like it's got to be something obvious. Not human race, but there should be a race of creatures from Earth. There should be a term for that. We are a race evolved from this specific point. Ultimately, we are all the same race. Species. I guess species is just our term for that, but maybe we're the species race. This planet is the species race. I don't know, but I'm actually rambling. It's about to get to 20 minutes or something. It seems like it's about to get to 20 minutes or something, so I guess I'll quit here because I've said pretty much everything I think I cared to say. I just kind of wanted some general points out, and I think I did that, so Yeah, I hope maybe I made one person out there a little bit less fucking stupid. No offense. Yeah, it's funny, I actually like to say these things from a detached, emotionless perspective, but I can't because people are so fucking stupid and frustrating that I can't. It's like, I just have to add some emotion to it so I can hit someone in the face and say, hey, you actually are stupid. Listen to what I'm saying, listen to it, and learn something so that you can stop being stupid, because until then you are stupid, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put myself on a fucking pedestal or anything. I don't even care about that. But it would be kind of nice to be appreciated for being intelligent. I mean, that's just a fact of existence, isn't it? Why else would I care about anything, I'm sure? I can't possibly care about the future. It's got to be a selfish process. Oh, jeez, now that just gave me a lot more thoughts I need to think about. Because I am not 100%, there's like it's a meta factor that I don't like being proven, I don't like thinking I'm wrong, but I feel an extreme pressure that I am. And I think that's why I've battled so long to get to the point that I'm at in my comprehension of things. It's like, I don't even think I'm smart. I think I just thought so obsessively for so long and criticized myself so endlessly that I got to this point where I can say I think I have a better perspective than most people. It's just because I doubt myself endlessly. So I never actually feel happy with my views, even when I feel very confident in them. Like, there's always something wrong, something missing. I think that's probably the nature of perception itself. It's not a perfect process. We don't have a microscopic perspective or a macroscopic perspective. We're just kind of trapped to this creature's perspective of survival.